So we're out here, Crown King Scramble, 50K. Beautiful morning right now. Sun's coming up and we're running around Lake Pleasant here in North Phoenix. This race is going to climb about 6,500 feet and end in Crown King, Arizona, up in the Bradshaw Mountains. So we're essentially uphill for 29 miles and downhill for the last 2. So we've got a good bit of climbing today, but we're gonna enjoy it. So one of the really cool things about this race is there's wild burros along these roads. So we could hear them for a little bit. And there's some actually over here. Well, a couple more. I hear some this way, but can't see them over there. Yeah, how cool is that? Just past the first aid station. We're 8.5 miles in, about 1,100 feet of climb so far, so still well over 5,000 to go. Just saw a couple of my old Prescott buddies volunteering at that aid station, so always good to see. We're on this dirt road for a little bit longer. The first part of this race, even though it does climb, it's pretty runnable. But after the next aid station, which I think is French Creek, mile 15, then it's a lot more power hiking, at least for me. But feeling strong so far. And I'm just enjoying this beautiful morning out here in the desert. Well, it's been such a wet winter here in Arizona. We were told by Jamil at the start of the race to expect about 14 creek crossings. So we haven't hit any yet, but there's some water runoff over there, so I would expect to start getting wet pretty soon. I'm kind of running through this residential area. Kind of neat. There's been just like random houses scattered here and there among the hills. I've had about 3 creek crossings so far, but managed to keep the feet dry. Look at this guy, redneck with a rifle. That's awesome. So anyway, we're 13.3 miles in, about 2 hours and 19 minutes so far. So not bad. Feel strong. Should be about 2 miles to the next aid station. Then it's really gonna start to climb. So it's gonna keep chipping away. Right, we just left the French Creek aid station, mile 15.5. We've already climbed about 2,200 feet. So we're about halfway done with our mileage and a third of the way done with our climbing. We've got about 3.8 miles to the next aid station, so shorter little section here, but I think we're kind of on this dirt road. A little rocky, but not too bad, but from here on out, the race is really going to start to climb. So I'm going to try to run what I can. I'm at 2 hours and 53 minutes overall. I'd like to break 8 hours today. Ran this last year in like 8:10, I think. And I feel like I'm in a little better shape this year than I was last year, so we'll see. But still feeling good so far. I forgot a very important item on this trip with me, my squirrel's nut butter. So I was chafing a little bit the last couple of miles. Thankfully they had some at that aid station, so it's one thing you can always count on at Air Viper races, for them to have squirrel's nut butter at the aid stations. So thanks to those guys for bailing me out. And just beautiful out here. I'm just loving bright blue sky and saguaro fields and mountain views, and it's awesome. Temperature has warmed up a little bit. I took my jacket off, as you can see. It's probably low 60s right now if I had to guess. And it shouldn't get too much warmer. The high for Phoenix today was only supposed to be like 68, I think. So where we're going, the Crown King, we're gonna be, 5,000 some feet in elevation. And I think the high in Crown King is only gonna be in the low 50s. So, but right now it feels really good. And just look at these views, man. It's awesome out here. Climbing pretty good now, but the views are opening up, and way off in the distance you can see Lake Pleasant, where we started. Absolutely beautiful. No avoiding this one. Whew. Water is cold. Oh, a little muddy back there, having flashbacks to Antelope Canyon 2 weeks ago, but luckily prepared me well. The power of Fort Misery compels you. That's the next aid station here coming up, Fort Misery. We're about 21.5 miles in, 4 hours, 24 minutes. Making pretty good time. Knock, knock. Knocking on Fort Misery's door. It's funny. So it looks like we're here. This is a short little section. Yeah, we're gonna refuel here and keep on climbing. Not to get wet again. Whew. This one's up to the ankles. Oh my goodness. Fun stuff. Just when the feet were drying out, we have another crossing. Dang. That one, almost up to the knees. Oh my gosh, my feet are cold. You're getting some gorgeous views of all this melt off. Hopefully it'll clear up here in a little bit. You can see it better, but look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful. Yeah, it was not like this last year. It was completely dry the whole way. So, very cool to see. Guess we're following the creek for a bit. Ah, man. Water is freezing. Another water crossing. These are starting to get a little old just because this water is so cold. But this looks like it's deep too. Oh man. Really hope that's the last one. Stop keeping count, but there's probably been about 8 like that where you're definitely getting wet. You know, ankle to knee deep. But hopefully that's it. I think this guy's stuck. You guys stuck?
No, you're just trying to
Going up? Gotcha. Crazy. 27.5 miles in. We are nearing the end of the climb. Climbed about 6,100 feet so far, and I think the total is 6,500. So you're getting there, almost to the high point of this race. You can see our view. Absolutely beautiful. They call this race Spines to Pines because you start in the desert among saguaro cactuses or cacti, and you end in the pine trees at the town of Crown King in the Bradshaw Mountains. So definitely out of the spines, and we can see some pines kind of along the top there, so we are almost there. Making good time. I'm 6 hours and 14 minutes right now, so should be right around a 7-hour finish. And we're set up for a nice, smooth downhill finish for the last few miles. So we're gonna hammer the last bit of this climb out and run it in. Almost at the end. I'm at 28.6 miles. There's a 2-mile downhill stretch, so hoping this is the last little bit of this climb. Funny story I thought of. So I ran this race last year with me and 3 of my buddies, and we had planned on doing what's known as the Crown King double, which is when you run Crown King, but then instead of taking the shuttle back to the finish, you run back to the finish, so it makes it 100K. So that was the plan. We had purchased shuttle tickets, you know, just in case we weren't feeling it, because you do have to buy those in advance, and the shuttle tickets sell out, so we bought them just in case. So we finished the run, we're at Crown King, we're eating, and we're like, we kind of all made the mutual decision that we weren't really feeling it. So we bailed on the run back to the start, just took the shuttle. But lesson learned is, you know, your mind can be very weak. It's very susceptible to excuses. So if you have your mind set on doing something hard, don't give yourself an out. And that'll force you to have to do it. So that's what I learned from that. But Yeah, I was just thinking back to that. Definitely wouldn't want to run the double back this year because of how wet it is. But some guys have done it. A couple of friends of mine did it in 2021 as they were getting ready to run Cocodona. So it's been done, just not by me. Yeah, thank you. Oh yeah. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Goal was sub 8. About to do sub 7. Cool, thank you. So here we go.
This is Matt Trouser.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah.
We've also got Jason Baum, Cocodona training run.
Yeah. Hey, Tor. How'd you do?
We also had Justin Steinberg.
Thank you so much.
That's a tough run.
This is the finish line here at Crown King. We got some barbecue, got some merch. People are hanging out, having a good time. We're gonna watch some people come in.
We're gonna go out through the door.
Okay, sounds good.
What's it doing there?
I don't know. I think
Good times here.
It's so fun.